The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water. Them him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea, though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Who prepareth a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Who anointed I head to no oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of Ivan. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. Kedemawe gromabea tela where two and three meeting in the name of the Most High Jah. Are there so Jaja there? If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain same way. If Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Jah shall therein abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Oh, how good and how pleasant it is for Jaja people to live together in unity. It's like a precious ointment coming upon the head, go down to the beard, just like the head of Aaron. Going down the beard all the way down to the garment. It's like a precious ointment that come down upon the beard all the way down to the garment. It's like the dew of Hermon coming upon Mount Zion. Oh, Jaja, give everybody a gift of life. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. How ma usobo Lisa adan water e was sick player 4. What you mo you wala don. This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes, aromas, and even flavors. Abandon all their differences, relegating all those into the background, and coming right into the black pot, where they are subjected and submitted to some good amount of heating. In the aftermath, they produce food. Ironically, they do not even partake in the eating of the food. It is us, the eaters, who do. Yet every time, each time, day and night, every second, every minute, every hour, they would always rise to the occasion, making food that they do not partake in eating. But we do. Now, what lesson can we derive from this? It's a lesson of selflessness. It's a lesson of generational thinking. It's a lesson of sacrifice. My brother, a nation that does not reward sacrifice, a nation that does not recognize sacrifice, is not a nation, it's an empty box. That is why it is said in some quarters that a nation that does not honor its heroes is not worth dying for. We will say it's still worth dying for. After all, you are looking at the bigger picture. You are not doing it for reward. You are doing it for the sake of posterity. My brother, my sister, how many of us, if we knew we're going to die tomorrow, will still go out there and plant trees? How many of us will go out there and do communal labor if we knew we're going to die tomorrow? How many of us will still go out there and make sure that our gutters are clean if we were going to die tomorrow? How many of us will partake in the building of a road if we knew we would die in less than a week? We will tell ourselves that we will not live long enough to benefit from the road. Why should we join hands in building that? We will tell ourselves, why would we plant trees when we are dying tomorrow? No, we will not live long to enjoy the fruits of the fruits. My brother, my sister, as long as we are making children who are also making children, we must know that yes, there must be what is called generational thinking. Whatever decision we take, we must also think for generations yet to come. Yes, we have it all, but we don't have to use it all. We have to use some and reserve some for generations yet to come. That is what we call generational thinking. That is what this show is all about. We are talking generationally. We are standing on the footprints of patriotism. No nation can ever call itself a nation if there are no patriotic citizens. If you have no patriotism in your land, it is no longer a country, it's an empty space. My brother, my sister, every country in the world thrives on patriotism. That is why we've made it the center stage, the nucleus, the core of our discussion here in the Blakk Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. It is a Blakk Pot. And we are live on YouTube. And our YouTube channel is Blakk Empire Media. BLAKK. Empire Media. Please make sure that you subscribe to that channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and hit on the notification button so that each time we are on, you would be notified to watch us. It is a Blakk Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, and here we speak truth to power. Now, how many of us want to travel? You want to travel? But you are discouraged by the bureaucracy, the paperwork involved, right? No problem. You want to travel, and you do not want to be asked too many questions. You just want to fly out and enjoy yourself and return. Maybe you want to go to South Africa. Maybe you want to go to Zanzibar. Maybe you want to go to Kenya or Tanzania. No problem. Maybe you want to go to Kenya. Maybe you want to go to America. You want to go to England. You want to go to Canada. You want to go to Australia. You probably want to even go to the Schengen states, right? Poland, Portugal, the Netherlands, and so on and so forth. There's a very good opportunity for you. Now, a lot of people travel and they get stranded. That is why a lot of people remain in the countries they go to. It's not because they intended to remain, but because of circumstances. Now, Prudie Workforce is here. When you travel out, they make sure they find you a job. You will work very hard, make money to finance your stay, to finance your travel, to finance your holiday. That is what Prudie Workforce is here for. What kind of work can you do? Are you a teacher? Are you a cleaner? Are you a nurse? Are you a doctor? Maybe you are a carpenter. Maybe you are a bricklayer or a mason. Maybe you are a welder. Maybe you are even a cleaner, a driver, or an electrician. No problem. No problem. I said no problem. So you are on your way out. 70% is already done. Now they will require a passport size photograph from you, and then the bio page of your passport, the photograph of that. No problem. And then your bank statement. It doesn't matter how much you have in your bank statement, but you must have a bank statement so that if there's any money that has to be sent into your account, at least you will build a very responsible future for yourself. These are the three things you would need. Prudie Workforce will take care of your air tickets, free accommodation, and you get your visa to fly to any country of your choice. You tell them if you want to work when you reach there, then they get the job before you even arrive, so that you start working, paying for your holiday. Make sure you make enough money. Don't spend it all out there. Come home and invest in this economy so the country can also get better. And please, don't ever stay beyond your visa. If you agree with this, please call the numbers on the screen. Write them down and call Prudie Workforce. Yes, write them down quickly. These are the numbers. Call Prudie Workforce and talk to Prudie Workforce. Remember, with Prudie Workforce, it is made easier for you, your holiday. And they are located right there at Medina, at the taxi rank next to the Echo Bank. So their offices are here. They can't hide. They can't run. Registered duly in Ghana and also registered in England. So there's no problem. Everything is set. And we can always trace them. We will not make adverts that we can't trace. That is why we are telling you that Prudie Workforce is here for you. Are you ready? Call them and let them tell you what you have to go through to be able to get your traveling experience. No problem. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and here we speak truth to power. Please come. Now today we have 5 very important issues we need to look at. And I would like us to delve into this right now. Let's dive headlong into the first story. Number 1, watch this. AKUFO-ADDO stops Black Star Line Festival. Who is AKUFO-ADDO? You know him, the President of the Republic of Ghana. He is the one who takes the ultimate decision in all affairs in Ghana as related to the state. If anything goes wrong, we blame him, and he finds whoever he delegated power to do that. This is the president of the nation. He is in the 8th year of his governance. In fact, the 2nd and last term. And Ghanaians cannot wait to see him go. The Asantis would say, yeah, Pranechi. We are tired of this guy. We are so fed up with his governance. And every single person in Ghana cannot wait to sweep his footsteps away, as the accounts will tell us. We don't want to see anything about him left. In our country where we cannot impeach leaders, this is the only opportunity we have to kick them out via the ballot box. And this is what is going to happen. My brother, my sister, there was a festival nicknamed the Black Star Line Festival. And this festival was also called the Convention, igniting the voices of Africa. They invited 4 strong voices across the Pan-Africanist world. Dr. Arikana Chihombori Kwao was invited. She's married to a Ghanaian. Then PLO Lumumba was also invited alongside South Africa's Julius Malema and Peter Obi. These were the people invited to come and talk Pan-Africanism. They invited 2 female musicians and a male, Wiyala, Stoneboy, and Efia, to be able to entertain the crowd whilst speeches were going on. My brother, my sister, it was supposed to take place on the 7th, that's yesterday, January 7 at 5 p.m. at the Independence Square. The organizers wrote duly and sought permission to do whatever they were going to do. And then, when they got the permission, they invited the people over, fixed the Independence Square ready to explode. Many were those who came from all across Ghana and beyond for this very important thing. This was the first time all 4 people were going to feature on one stage. Many people looked up to that. Many people called me, Black Rasta, are you part of it? I said, yes, I am part of it. As long as my brethren are on it, I am also on it. And we will go and support it. Wherever Africa is represented, we are part of it. And people ask for obvious reasons because we have been championing Pan-Africanism for so many years in this country. I am happy when I see PLO Lumumba. I am happy when I see Dr. Arikana Chihombori Kwao. I am happy when I see Julius Malema. I am happy when I see Peter Obi. These are my compatriots that I love and respect so much. But information came in from the Independence Square saying that the event had been cancelled. My God, how was it cancelled? They said it was order from above. And as you can see from this letter, it's from the office of the president. The office of the president, the Jubilee House. Why the office of the president? And not any other office, but the office of the president himself. It means the president was aware. Revocation of permit. Request to use Black Star Square for the Black Star Line Festival. We write to revoke immediately the permission granted per our letter, blah, 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 dated 11th November. They got the permission from November 11. That's good planning, 2023. Which approved your request to use the Black Star Square for the above event. the decision has been necessitated by an unforeseen state event scheduled to take place at the venue. Under the circumstances, the amount of 10,000 Ghana cedis paid by your office for the use of the venue will be refunded. We regret any inconvenience this may cause. And this is from H.M. Wood, the Chief Director for the Chief of Staff. Dash it. This is the letter. This is the letter that came from the office of the president. Now the letter said, we regret, in fact, we actually had an event, a state event happening on the same day. And for that matter, we are sorry that we had to kick you off. Did that state event happen? That state event, was it supposed to happen only a few hours after these people were supposed to start theirs? My brother, my sister, when I saw this, my very first comments on Facebook, hit, bam, cancellation of Black Star Line Festival, inconsiderate, childish, brutish, draconian, wicked, high-handedness, shameful. Shame on you, Mr. President. Shame, 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 shame. This is a very dirty-minded president. Pan-Africanists have met. You claim you are a Pan-Africanist. You should be happy to be part of them. After all, birds of the same feathers flock together. The dirty-minded president decided that no, because I have so many skeletons in my cupboard, these guys are going to speak against me, especially that PLO Lumumba was in this country, and he expressed dissatisfaction at my governance. This man is going to speak like this again. For that matter, we have to cancel this festival. The organizers got the permission far away in November last year. 11th November, 12th, 13th, 14th, all the way to the end of November. December started and ended. January started, first week. The end of the first week, boom. They say, no, you cannot go. Only a few hours when the program was about to start. Have you considered the amount of money they spent? Are you going to compensate them for the flights, or the people they flew into the country, all the allowances they paid to the musicians, part payments and all that? Did you consider all this? I am so ashamed and embarrassed at this president. What the hell was he thinking about? Are we living in the jungle? Are we living in a country that could be called a banana republic? Or is it a plantain republic? Maybe a cassava republic? Look at the childish letter they wrote. We just realized that we have an event on the same day. And look at the letter. It's dated the same day, 7th. And this was the letter they wrote to the organizers at the time that they had fixed everything. 2 hours to the start of the event, they are told to pack everything and leave. And they sent the army there to brutalize anybody who was ready to continue with the event. Is this a democratic nation? Now, when people say this president does not respect human rights, even though he claims he's a human rights lawyer, when people say that this president is against freedom of speech, many people say they don't understand. This is a clear example of a dictator. This is a clear example of childishness. An old man who is a child and sitting there as our president. I am so embarrassed. I wonder what PLO Lumumba will take back to East Africa. I wonder what Dr. Arikana Chihombori Kwao will take back to her country. I wonder what Peter Obi will take back to his country. How about Julius Malema? These are the brightest voices of Africa when it comes to Pan-Africanism. But Ghana Web has published it. Presidency reacts to cancellation of the New Force event. Run it, my youth. Watch this. A statement from the office of the president has confirmed why the Black Star Square was blocked despite a pre-planned and paid-for event at the venue. In the letter dated January 7, 2024 and signed by H.M. Wood, the chief director, the decision was necessitated by an unforeseen state event scheduled to take place at the venue. Who does the planning? Who is going to pay? Who is going to pay for the losses? I feel for the organizers. As an organizer of events myself, a promoter, I feel so ashamed that this is happening in my country under our very eyes. If I had my own way, I would drag the president in front of me and tell him, Mr. President, did you leave your common sense at home before you took this decision? The letter is coming from the office of the president, not the office of the carpenter, not the office of the mason, not the office of the messenger. It is coming from the highest office of the land, the office of the president. Are you scared of the activities they are here to have? I am ashamed, Mr. President. Bow down your head in shame. And all those stooges who signed this letter, you are nothing but dirty stooges. All of you, bow down your heads in shame. You are dirty people, all of you. These are the people who die and go to hell. And Satan is ready to sodomize them one after the other in hell. Because they have no respect for human rights. They have no respect for the ordinary businessman. They have no respect. Now, some grapevine information came. Listen to the interesting thing. The organizers of the event wrote that they were going to hold an event. It will be a musical event and some speeches at the Independence Square. They did not mention that they were going to have PLO Lumumba. They were going to have Dr. Arikana Chihombori Kwao. They did not say they wanted to have Peter Obi. Neither did they say they wanted to have Julius Malema. They only said that they were going to have some speeches and then they will have a musical concert. Did they need to say that? Certainly no. Do I need to tell you who I am inviting to come and play?